Good, everybody. This is your boy Gen X, the Papi Chulo of comics. Yes, I am the Papi Chulo of comics, whether you like it or not. I'm here today to give you some insights on what's happening this weekend on the Converse. So make sure that you have a paper and pencil or even your iPad. Jot down some of these specific things that will be happening this full weekend. So, again, these are cons for this particular weekend. They may overbleed the 29th through the 31st or 1st or 2nd, but just know your boy got you. So, what do you want to know? Well, let's get into it because this is going to be a long list and I'm extra excited to show it to you all. So, we're going to show you a little bit of something here in the worldwide cons according to Gen X. So, weekend of March 29th through the 31st, again, give or take a couple of days. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to make sure that you all are not just following me, but you're actually going by the business. So listen, I'm trying to build out my YouTube channel. So I need your help. First and foremost, let everybody know that you're connected to. Make sure that you are pumping me as much as you can on YouTube. So Gen X underscore comics. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. And if I can continuously do that, every 100 subscribers, we'll be doing giveaways, free giveaways for anyone and everyone. So it's free all of you. So it's all about you. Okay. So W, and also do me a favor, follow me on genxcomics.net. We'll be doing some amazing cons. Our virtual con is coming up in June. So looking forward to that. But there's so much content on my website as well. But first and foremost, I want to thank you all for coming through, hanging out with me, and just let me into your world. I really appreciate it. And we're going to build this together. So this is about me and you building a empire. Yes, an empire. So here we go. So what you all have followed me in the last couple of weeks, the con going must do's. I want you to do me a favor, have this emblazoned in your mind. Make sure it is imprinted. You want to, number one, plan accordingly. So, what does that mean? Again, like I said last time, get the map. Make sure you go online to whatever the con is and make sure that you have your pathway set forth. Know your budget. Don't go crazy. Don't buy all those variants. Make sure you buy what you need, what you want, and then make sure that you ask permission from your wife, your spouse, your significant other, because you want to make sure that you can still take people out to dinner. All right. And I also don't want anybody to say Gen X said buy whatever you want. I would never say that. You buy within your budget. Make sure stuff comes in and out in your life. So just make sure that you are budgeting accordingly and planning accordingly. See how that all works together? And then vendors. Vendors are such a great lifeline. So LCSs will be there. There'll be independent folks just basically selling their, PCs and so on and so forth, and any other comic books that they are, just trying to offload. So, fun fact: when you get there, don't buy the first thing. Make sure you develop relationships with vendors, connect with them, get their cards, and so on and so forth. But the most important thing is the last day of the con is the most important thing. That Sunday, they're trying to offload. So you're going to get good prices for whatever you want. And even if you don't, you got their card, reach out to them and say, hey, I saw you at this con. Can we make a deal? And then you'll be ready to go. And then hopefully you still have some more money left over to take out your significant other to, uh, I don't know, hopefully not Papa John's. But anyway, and then the last and foremost, the last thing, I want y'all to have fun. This is about the experience. So if you're bringing your family, friends, comrades, or anyone, or even if it's yourself, remember, have a great time. Just peruse, take the scenery. It is going to be a blast. So we are going to jump right into the cons because there's so much going on, y'all. It is too much. So I just wanted to just highlight a few of them. So this weekend, again, this is for the weekend of March 28th through the 31st. Some of them will bleed over into days. So like April 1st and so on and so forth. So Norwescon is in Seattle, Washington. All my Pacific folks, you'll see Norwescon will be up and running. It's a science fiction and fantasy convention, and it is the home of Philip K. Dick Award. I don't know who Philip K. is, but I need to find out. Philip K. Dick is obviously somebody who is huge, probably the person who actually created Norwescon. And it is wholly volunteer run. So this convention draws about 2,000 members. Make sure that you are, if you're on the West Coast, check out Norwescon. Then we have Costume Con. So again, you have to come prepared. Don't just show up. Again, You don't have to have a costume, but it is a 4-day celebration of costumers, cosplayers, seamsters, and makers of all sorts. So if you've always wanted to have that Batman suit, maybe you might find somebody there that can actually stitch something, maybe put some nipples on the breastplate of your Batman costume. I don't need that in my life. But anyway, Costume Con, March 28th, April through April 1st in Aurora, Colorado. So it'll be a great time. Next up is Brickfest Live. It's March 29th through the 30th. It's going to be in Harrisburg, PA. And if you love Legos, this is your thing. Me, not so much. I'm not a Lego person. I've stepped on enough of those to possibly even have slippers made of feet of Legos. So I'm not a fun, I hate Legos. But I do like building when I'm hanging out with like kids and just creating new things. So again, this is Brickfest Live Lego fan experience. It provides a venue for Lego lovers of all sizes, shapes, and ages. So to roll, you just roll up your sleeves and dive on in. A million Legos. Buy them all, but don't pick them up from the floor. Okay, put them in your bin. Come on, kids. All right, Anime Boston, self-explanatory. It's in Boston. It's anime, March 29th through the 31st, Boston, Massachusetts. Our focus is to celebrate and promote Japanese animation, comics, and pop culture. You see Darth Vader? He's telling you to go to Anime Boston. All right. So make sure if you're on the East Coast, Northeast, make sure you make your way there. All right. Let's keep going. Anime Detour. Good Lord. More anime? How many of y'all animes? Put them in the chat. Put it in the chat. Anime Detour, March 29th through the 31st. First in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Any Minneapolis? I think that's how you say it. And so Anime Detour is Minnesota's largest, longest, and running anime convention. So make sure you come out there, support Anime Detour. Anime Ottawa, more anime, is also going to be during that weekend. It's going to be in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This is an annual event. Anime is the focus. And so this con is all about that. Manga, video games, Asian culture in general. This is the first edition of it. So this will happen this weekend. So if you want to be at say you were the first one to go to Anime Ottawa and you're up there, you say, I've been there, done that. I'm coming next week, next year, so on and so forth. All right. All right. Next up is Babscon. Now I'm going to be honest with you. This one right here, I didn't know the brony cons were still a thing. So San Francisco Bay Area's own My Little Pony convention, off the chain, y'all. I did not know. So it's March 29th through the 31st in Burlingame, California. California, of course. Of course, there'll be some bronies and jabronis and all types of, stuff like that. So just make sure you make your way to the San Francisco Bay Area. Get your costume on, get your brony on. All right. Kawaii Kon, which is in Honolulu, Hawaii. For those of you who are, if that's your home, awesome. And also, I think David Nakayama is home as well. So maybe you want to stop by, have some lunch, and then go over to QuadCon if he's there. March 29th through the 31st, Honolulu, Hawaii. Like I said, it's the annual 3-day celebration of Japanese culture, anime, and pop culture. And then we keep it rolling with Las Vegas FurCon. More fur? Are you serious? Yes. I don't know what's going on with fur. Do me a favor, make sure it's faux fur. You don't want anybody being activists and throwing stuff all over your fur. Leave the tag on that says it's not real. All right, gathering for fans of anthropomorphic, commonly known as furry art, science fiction, and fantasy. So if that's your thing, go to Las Vegas. You won't look weird because everybody else there is going to be dressed up in fur. Misspelling here, Louisville Arcade Expo. This is more up my alley in Jeffersontown, Kentucky. There's going to be hundreds of video games, pinball, and arcade games, including things like old school games. Donkey Kong, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, but you also have your Street Fighter. So for those who want to be nostalgic and get back into it, get your carpal tunnel on. Yeah, get those buttons moving. That's what I'm talking about. Louisville Arcade Expo in Jeffersontown, Kentucky. All right, next up is Minicon in March 29th through the 31st. We have Minneapolis, Minnesota is representing this weekend. Minicon is a volunteer-run general science fiction con held every year on Easter weekend. So forgot it was Easter. Tells you how religious I am. But now that I know Minicon is on, let's do it. Science fiction, Easter. Maybe it is connecting. Listen, I'm not here to judge. Let's do it. MTAC. You probably want to know what the heck is MTAC? MTAC in Nashville, Tennessee, March 29th through the 31st. It's the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. That's how you know GenX got your back. Now you have acronyms that you can say, I know exactly what MTAC is. And this is the annual event dedicated to anime, gaming, music, and Japanese popular arts and culture. So go out to Nashville, Tennessee to where? MTAC, the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. All right, here we go. Now we have some more furry stuff going on. Whew, Lord, I think I'm furried out. Nakt Furry Camping, March 29th through the 31st in Stockdale, Texas. This is a small furry con, so it's the little ones, the little furs. It's being held at Camp Nakt in Stockdale, Texas, just outside of San Antonio. This is the first clothing optional furry con in Texas. Listen, do me a favor, wear clothes. They're not saying optional. Don't listen. I know it says it says 18 plus and over. Oh boy, this one's gonna get me in trouble. Okay, well, just come represent. Okay, come as a furry person, thing, whatever. All right. This is con is near and dear to my heart. This is Puerto Rico. Ho! Puerto Rico Comic Con is March 29th through the 31st. So if you're in San Juan, Puerto Rico, you're trying to find a way to make it a vacation, make it longer. Puerto Rico, you need at least 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, just to hang out there. This is the biggest Comic Con in the Caribbean, hands down. They say hands down. I'm going to say hands down and 10 toes deep. All right, the next con is SacAnime. SacAnime. Listen, I don't know. I'm going to say SacAnime, March 29th through the 34th. It is in Roseville, California. SacAnime is the show where fans come to play. Our philosophy has always been to provide fun and safety. So this is a family-friendly event, y'all. Top shelf entertainment and a reasonable price. So you're not gonna go broke. You're not talking about hundreds of dollars for each family member to come through. Remember, make sure you do your work, make sure you do your research, see how much the kids cost, so on and so forth. If they're free and they're a certain age, make sure you bring their ID with them. They probably won't ask you, but just in case. All right. Sakura-Con. This is in Seattle, Washington, March 29th through the 31st. Sakura-Con is the oldest, you hear me, the oldest and most well-attended anime convention in the Pacific Northwest. Who knew? Who knew that the Pacific Northwest and Sakura-Con in Seattle, Washington has the oldest and most well-attended anime? I want to see the numbers. Let's make it happen. Will you be one of them? All right, here we go. Triad Anime, March 29th through the 31st in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. TAC, see the acronyms? Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. TAC is a 3-day event that features a variety of entertainment in a diverse, multi-function, crowd-friendly environment. Friendly, that's what you're looking for. You don't want no mayhem or any craziness when you go to cons, okay? You got enough to try and navigate lines, to navigate creatives, things like that, and food. So Washington State Gaming Expo is next, and that's in Poyalapu. Good Lord, Poyalapa. Listen, you see it. It's Poyalalup, Washington. I'm gonna need y'all to change that name. Listen, video gaming tabletop. I apologize if that's actually a historical situation. I'll figure it out. Video game, tabletop, RPGs, retro games. So this is 170,000 square feet of the Washington State's event center. Is going to be featuring all of this. So if you're a geek for video games and just competition, go there. Washington State Gaming Expo. Next up is Webcon, March 29th through the 31st. This is in Grapevine, Texas. Texas is represented big time this weekend. Programming, celebrity guests, so on and so forth, exhibitors, cosplay meetups, interactive projects, and most importantly, more weebs. I don't know what weebs are. Put it in the chat if you know what a weeb is. If you Googled it, I don't care. But if you know, put it in the chat. Anime all day. I can only do but one con with anime. It's too much. All right, here's the big one. The major one that's coming up is WonderCon, March 29th through the 31st. So if you're in Anaheim, California, make sure that you go. There's 900 plus exhibitors in a 412,000 square foot exhibit hall. Jeez, put your shoes on. Make sure you don't have no Barney Rubble feet. Put those inserts into your shoes. You're going to be walking. There's a lot of original art, toys, and merchandise, all the things that you would want at a con. So this is the major con this weekend in Anaheim, California, WonderCon. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We're going overseas, y'all. Yes. What did I tell you? GenX is global. He's international. So I'm going to hook you up. Here we go. Fauntastic. Faun. Faun. You get it? Get it? Okay. March 29th to the April 2nd. So it is extended. This is in Braun, France. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? I'm not fluent. I just know that song. Camp Critters is the 4th edition of your friendly line-based furry con. Another furry con, y'all. This one's in France. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do the furry cons. But anyway, if that is your thing, put it in the chat. Tell people what it's about. All right. Anifest, March 30th, only one day in Torrance, California. This features hundreds of vendors, cosplayers, guests, and live performances. This is a really, probably a one-day, really cool, small event. And then we have Collectorabilia, March 30th, one day. And this is at Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Ooh, I had to phonetically do that one. What's up with these names? And so you'll find retro games, consoles, Legos, bar top games, modern collectibles, Funko. You have everything. Transformers, more than meets the eye. You got Japanese imports, sports memorabilia, so on and so forth, TV, movie memorabilia. Oh man, I think they have it all, y'all. If you don't see something that you like, a collectorabilia, I'd be surprised at Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. You see how I did that? Give me a little time. I'll get these names. Okay, Hickory Toy and Collectible Show, March 30th. It's going to be at where? Hickory, North Carolina. Yes, indeed. North Carolina's longest running toy and collectibles show with over 300 tables and dealers from all over the Southeast. Oh, Lord, we are almost done, y'all. I told you this is going to be a big one. Then we have MyCon, March 30th, Orlando, Florida. It's a safe and fun place for cosplayers and fans of all fandoms. So that means everybody. That means you can also be a part of this. We have QuadCon, March 30th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. South Dakota? Never been. Let me know what that's about. Video games, sci-fi, role-playing, comics, toys, board games, vintage, magazines. That's what I'm talking about. Posters. I love going to cons and seeing posters. That is what I'm talking about. All right, we got FreeCon March 30th through the 31st and first in Tallahassee, Florida. It was the premier anime and gaming convention. So they fused both anime and video gaming. Let's see what you got. FreeCon. Hopefully it's free. I believe it is free. So make sure you go and support that con. Seems like a really cool con, as I read. And then you have Super Fan Con March 30th through the 31st. This one's in Miami, Florida. Super Fan Con is the comic books, toys, collectibles. It also has celebrities, guests, costume contests, food. That's important when you're conning, and make sure that you support the local folks and vendors there. All right. So again, I want to remind you, I have a YouTube challenge. I need your help. I need to get more subscribers onto the channel at GenX_comics. It's important. I keeps the lights on, do all types of stuff, get the algorithms to the up to the ceiling. Let's make it happen, y'all. I really appreciate all the work that you do. Make sure you forward this post, reel, anything, the video. You'll see the video, the full video on YouTube. So thank y'all so much. I'm looking forward. Again, this is Worldwide Cons for the weekend of March 29th through the 31st. Make sure you're following me on genxcomics.net and on IG at genx_comics. So, woo, that was a lot, y'all. So I do the research. I make sure that you are prepared. And remember, geek responsibly. Geek responsibly. I love y'all. Have a great weekend and enjoy your cons. Peace.